This week on Coffin Fodder, watch out for that blood tornado, because we are talking the 1998 action horror film, Blade.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
I like to dissect girls.
This is God.
We have such sights to show you.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead red.
Even in hell. Oh, yes. Oh, no tears, please.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome to episode 45 of Coffin Fodder. I am your host, Mike Warby, and I'm joined by the man who loses arms like loose change, Mr. Kyle Nickelborough. Fuck. Not again. And the dude who screams and cries every time you hit him with an ultraviolet light, Mr. Brady Silzer. He also does that if you let him outside.
Brady's not a day walker. No.
And yes, we are here to talk the 1998 Wesley Snipes joint Blade.
Fuck yeah.
And Ray says, fuck, this is a great movie, man. I'm so glad you picked this. Brady, Blady, I don't know. There's something there. No, Blady. Anyway, I'm glad you picked this because, man, this is a movie that's steeped in my childhood. I remember seeing this in theaters.
Yep, this is a sick fucking action movie.
And it's the progenitor, basically, for comic book movies, like modern comic book movies.
I feel like it was a success, and they looked at it and said, "You know what? We can do something with this."
Well, that's exactly it. They made this, and this fucking hit, and then next year was 1999, and that was X-Men, I think. Anyway, the thing, like, there was Superman, obviously, and then there was the Batman movie, but this was the movie that started what we have now.
Yeah, and it's an easy in. I mean, this is a comic book nerd movie, but it's a pretty easy in.
And then we got Spider-Man, and Spider-Man blew those fucking doors right on for us.
Yeah, it was amazing. Unfortunately, for so many movies that came before and after, they fucking nailed it. Yeah.
There was only a handful of superhero movies. There was the Dolph Lundgren's Punisher. There was the Fantastic Four movie that never got actually released, but never only seen it.
There was some old crappy 80s.
Roger Corman did a few. He was the guy who did that Fantastic Four, and he did one other one.
He did Captain America.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
And they were both like...
They're funny to go back and look at, like, how bad they are.
Good one, yeah.
The only reason Wesley Snipes is in this film is because he was petitioning to do a Black Panther film.
Oh.
And Marvel didn't want to do anything tied to Black Panther in cinema. So they pretty much threw Blade out on the table, which Blade was created by a white guy, if no one knew that. I did not.
I didn't either.
Which he was a big activist with the whole Black rights movement.
An ally, one might call him in this day and age.
Sure, cool. And they threw the name Blade at Wesley Snipes, and Wesley Snipes took it, even though they originally opted LL Cool J.
That's a way worse movie. That's a movie with way more wisecracks.
And you know, yeah, man, I wonder how close that was, because he was also really popular in the 90s still. He was kicking it.
Well, one of the ones I always think about that where he really dodged a bullet was Will Smith as Neo of Matrix. Yes. I'm so glad he turned that down. Yeah. Because holy fuck, that's a way different movie.
I got nothing against either.
I like Will Smith, but we don't need quippy wisecracking in the Matrix. That's not what the Matrix is for.
No, thank you.
Sorry, leave that to Agent Smith.
That's right.
Anyway, so yeah, we're here to talk about Stephen Noydu's 1998 action horror movie, Blade.
Yeah.
And it was written by, as we were just talking about off air, David Goyer, who is quite a scribe when it comes to movies.
Yeah, we went through his IMDb real quick, and it's holy fuck, this dude's filmography in the movies he's worked on.
Yeah, some people, I mean, this movie is a little divisive. I noticed 59% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
I don't know, man. This is a movie you have to kind of watch with the idea that it's of its time.
It is a 90s movie. Some of the things they put, like some of the acting, some of the lines, some of the character choices, it's just 90s.
Stephen Dorff is hamming it up, man. He's having a great time.
I don't think there's one character in the movie that's not wearing leather pants, and I don't hate it.
You know what was really blowing my mind is this was a year before The Matrix, and The Matrix came out like the next year. and did so much what Blade did.
Yeah, quadruple the leather, quadruple the glasses.
But I don't think it was because of Blade. I think because the Matrix, like you can't make a movie like The Matrix in like 8 months after Blade. You know, obviously,
it's just an easy choice. Similarly, how X-Men
just
came out.
The pop culture thing.
Yeah. Similarly, as the first X-Men came out right around this time, as you were saying, and it's all the superhero movie or all the superhero costumes in that movie just became black leather. Everybody gets black leather.
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
I would prefer yellow leather, red leather.
That stupid joke.
Yeah.
Iron. Anyway, so yeah, if for some reason you're not familiar with Blade, this is the Wesley Snipes movie where he is part vampire killing vampires.
Yes.
The Daywalker. And if you saw that South Park episode and wondered why Cartman kept calling Kyle the Daywalker, that's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
That's the reference.
So if you don't know what a Daywalker is, it's Blade, Eric. His mother was bitten when she was giving birth to him, and he got all the genetics from what the vampires have, but he got none of the weaknesses.
The short version is, if you watch The Last of Us, Blade is Ellie. It's the classic setup where you've got the person with all of the advantages and almost none of the disadvantages.
Right.
Smartly, they give Blade some disadvantages that he has to cope with.
Yeah, he has the thirst. That's pretty much the only...
And the serum and all that, yeah.
He's a bit of a Mary Sue.
Yes. A Gary Sue.
A Gary Sue. A lot of the deal with this is that there's so much to talk about behind the scenes of Blade.
Because it was an important movie. Like,
Well,
it's a cult classic.
Yeah, we could talk about the movie and fill an episode. Well, no, debatably. But also, there's just so much fun shit that happened because Blade exists.
If there's an alternate world where this movie doesn't come out,
I wonder about some others, yeah.
we'll certainly no Blade 2 or no
Blade 3?
No Blade Trinity.
We wouldn't get to see Jessica Biel with a bow and arrow and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, you can keep it all then. But yeah, so I mean, we've got the basic setup of the movie. So the movie opens in the classic techno dance rave, and this was like a song that was kind of a big deal back then.
I was trying to place it, but I couldn't.
I couldn't either. I know that I know their song, and not just from Blade.
I don't think so, but certainly this, and I think there's the one towards the end of the movie, and
Yeah.
the last fight scenes were fucking huge songs. After, before, around this movie, yeah. Big songs.
So this movie, for the time, it had one of the craziest soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like, Most Def, Atari Speed Freak were on the soundtrack.
That's all Y2K music. It's music to ring in the millennium. The soundtrack.
Well, I'll tell you what kept occurring to me is Sandstorm by Darude.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, yes, they're at the techno dance party. So this chick lured this guy. She's Darla in the first episode of Buffy.
Totally.
Yep.
She's the honeypot who lures the food in, essentially. So she takes him to the weird meat factory where the dance is, and he's kind of like, she's a meat factory. She's hot enough that he's like, whatever.
That was my reasoning as well. It's just a couple of bodies hanging.
Well, yeah, I don't think I even noticed that necessarily the first time, that there's literally a human body.
Yeah.
A visible human body.
Yeah, it's quick though.
In one of the meat sacks. Like, because a lot of it is just
It's
meat.
just animals.
Yeah. Of course, she is leading him like a lamb to the slaughter, one might say.
Quite literally.
She's taking him to the old blood party. So, he gets inside and they're dancing and everyone's having a good time and raving it up. And then, I saw this in theaters and this actually really scared me as a kid. This scene, I was like 12.
Which scene? What happens here?
Oh, where the blood starts raining down and he's trying to get out with all the vampires around him.
Oh yeah.
I have generalized anxiety disorder, and I think that activated my anxiety as
I yell loud.
because I was like, "Oh no, that's terrifying."
Yeah.
I will agree with you there, Mike, because, like, well, it wasn't my blood coming down. It was, like, when the vampires start, like,
That's what I mean.
getting close to the camera and, like, by the
Him trying to escape and slipping on the blood with all the vampires around him.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that scared the shit out of me. But watching it as an elf, I'm like, that's tame.
Yeah, none of it was scary.
Well, I was 12, so
And then you see a guy without blood on him.
I was 12. Let me tell you, 12-year-old Mike was very relieved that Blade got there.
Yeah, thank fuck for Blade, I remember saying.
How 90s badass though. He's not even facing. He's not facing the crowd. He's turned sideways.
Side shoulder. This is again speaking of hamming it up. Wesley Snipes is hamming it up in this movie, man. The lines they give him. It's him and Steven Dorff. Like, they're the two that are really hamming it up. Everybody else is like in a different movie. Everybody else is playing. Well, with the exception of Donal Logue. Donal Logue's having a blast. That's the guy who loses his arm.
Oh, remember?
Yeah, that guy's having a
Was a great line with it.
Yeah, he's having a blast. But the rest of the characters are kind of, I am a person in a film.
Yes. NPCs.
Yeah.
So what I took from that, even though I've seen this movie a billion times, is that they're vampires and they're supposed to live to a strict code and they're not supposed to do things outside of their realm. And where the characters like him, Deacon Frost, Blade, Whistler's a little bit on the edge of like he's gritty. He's great.
So it's less noticeable because he's like the gritty old timer. He's not hamming it out like these other folks are. But then you even go to the doctor, who's like the love interest, and like
I even think Kris Kristofferson as Whistler's kind of hamming it, just in a different way. He's definitely the grizzled old.
But that's a cliche.
It is.
So I think that's what makes it less noticeable. Whereas like, these three other characters were like really going for it and having a great time. And that makes me wonder how much of this was in the script and how much of it these guys improvised.
Fucking roll with it.
I can tell you a lot of it was improvised.
Oh, that lines up because there's some fucking great lines in this movie, man.
A lot of the great quotes from this movie are improvised quotes.
Like the cheesy one-liners.
Yeah, those are all improvised.
The ice skating uphill thing, I'm like, David Goyer didn't write that. That was like something Wesley Snipes would say, but it doesn't sound like something David Goyer would write in a script.
Also, how would you write that into a script? Like, it wouldn't sound natural.
No, it's just... Yep. But, anyway, they're at the rave, and Blade shows up just in the nick of time to save this poor sap from getting eaten alive. Mm-hmm. And, man, does Blade clean this room right out.
I love the action scenes in this movie. They're so fucking good.
Of course, the DJ doesn't turn the music on. Well, because you gotta have that. Let that music keep going. Oh, Blade's killing all those motherfuckers.
You need murder music while you're half Blade.
It's like his own personal soundtrack to dates. It's like literally one of the worst lines I've ever heard in any movie before.
Everyone says Blade Trinity is not the greatest movie of all time. I enjoy it.
It's a piece of shit.
It is a piece of shit.
It's fucking awful. It's like you again, as we were talking about before. You could enjoy it on the same level as you could enjoy The Room. Mm-hmm. Like if I was watching Blade Trinity, I would watch it to laugh at how shitty it is.
Yeah. There's some cool concepts in Blade Trinity, but it's definitely not Blade 1 and 2.
Nobody's watching the first two Blade movies and having a bad time. And if they are, I don't want to be in the room with them. So I'm blessed as here. Yeah,
me too. No, I didn't need to be much. What it does, it shines best when it's just doing Wesley Snipes being a fucking badass.
Which is all he did in the 90s. It's what he did. This is just my favorite Wesley Snipes movie yet.
It's... Trying to think of other ones. This is probably one of mine. I really liked that.
I haven't seen New Jack City. I know that's a big...
New Jack City is good. White Man Can't Jump's really good.
I've seen White Man Can't Jump.
With Sly Stone in it.
That's Demolition.
Speaking of Snipes hamming it up.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Snipes, he's having a great time with that movie.
But he's so fucking sweet in that movie. Just doing his thing, man.
Oh, they love the 90s. Take me back.
Yeah. I like that he came back. I know we're a little off topic here because we're just chatting about the movie in general, but I like that he came back in the Deadpool movie to reprise Blade. I like how much he loves this character that he got to be and kind of just became attributed to him. I hope if they reignite or look at another Blade or something to do with it, I hope he's involved in some way, shape, or form. Even if he's not the star of another Blade movie,
he would. I'm sure they would give him a cameo. But the guy they were wanting to do it, great pick, but I don't know if that movie's ever going to come out. Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, Hansel Liff.
Yeah, that's what I see on toast. Yeah,
I was actually saying to Kyle on the car ride that they scrapped it because they're doing a Midnight Suns instead of a strict Blade movie.
Fucking sweet.
So sick.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I'd love to do it Blade.
Like anything with Blade's gonna be fun. Yep. It's a character that you could. He's a guy that literally just fucks things up.
Yep.
And that's the fun part of it.
And I don't know if you guys watched the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, but Blade was actually in a couple episodes of that.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew who Blade was, vaguely.
Yep.
But he was only in 2 episodes of that show. So I knew that he was a Marvel hero.
Yep.
But,
nice.
You know.
That time they classed him as an anti-hero. Like Punisher and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't for like he'll straight up just murder a guy.
He's still he's
Punisher. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Punisher,
but also like Blade came out in Tomb of Dracula originally as the like Dracula is a Marvel character, and he
that version of Dracula.
yeah version of Dracula yes.
I think Bram Stoker.
Yeah, he's like, wait, but yes, Brady guy. No, Tomb of Dracula came out. But no, Tomb of Dracula came out in the 80s with a guy named Blade the Vampire Slayer. And then Blade got so popular because he was like the only black superhero that wasn't electric based. And Blade was the only first black superhero that wasn't electric based. And most, like DC had Black Lightning, a couple other comics that aren't around anymore that no one talks about. All the black characters were all electric based for some reason.
weird.
It has to do something with racism back in the day, but they never really explain it.
You know what? Fun story. One of my favorite stories about this time period you're talking about. I don't remember who came up with Black Panther, but they told him that he had to put more. Jack Kirby probably was.
It was probably Jack Kirby.
Yeah, they told him he needed to put more. They wanted to put more white people in it, so he did an issue with the Klan. The shit. Klan. So it's like here, you got more white. Go more of them. Now they're all bloody on the ground. Yeah.
That was like Superman being Hitler during the World War II comics.
Yeah.
And stuff, but like a more modernized, like actual means something.
It's funny that they told him to put. You need more white folks in this. He's like, sure. He's like, sure.
Yeah.
You want more fodder, more coffin fodder. Oh. Yeah, Blade fucks through up anyway. Notably, we get a lot of katana slices.
Hell yeah, we do. Lots of flourishes.
Yeah, a lot of
flourishes.
He's sassy, man.
He is a sassy boy.
I love it during the final fight. What? Frost.
Yeah.
I love the sassy gay push he gives that one dude. He knocks him down, and then he grabs the back of his head, and he goes,
Shoves him. Yeah.
like it's a very sassy push.
It is a little bit, yeah.
And the walk he does after, I'm like, this guy is
silly.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically he fucking ices everybody almost.
Yeah.
And then we can't bypass the scene without talking about arguably the most well-known scene in this movie, where in the circle room where he gets surrounded by the vampires, and then he throws his sweet glaive, bounces it around the whales, and he kills every vampire in the room.
So fucking sweet. It's the fucking little boomerang glaive thing.
Like he gets kind of backed into that room, and then all the vampires coming, and then he just chucks that he does a cocky Wesley Snipes smile, and fucking just goes,
Yeah.
and ices them all. Yeah, of course, dodgy CGI. We were as I was watching with my girlfriend, we noticed. We're noticing some pretty brutal, weird, because this is the same time that Buffy is airing, and I think Buffy has better CG than this.
Probably does, yeah.
Because the vampire, and I don't know if for sure it looked like this back then, because this was before HD, right?
Right. Same. I don't know if it looked like this back then, but it is bad, and I would wonder like
it's very noticeable now.
This is like right at the height of that. Look what we can do with computers bullshit, but it was just not doing it great.
Well, I think Buffy smartly made those deaths a little quicker
and got it off screen faster.
Yeah, I think in this movie they're trying to show the breakdown of the body and the burn up and all this shit.
Well, because they were really confident with what they could do with CGI scenes, and I feel like they were really trying to show off.
Yeah, Terminator
didn't age well. I don't know.
Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park. This is not.
No.
Yeah. Also, right now, this didn't have that big. This was probably the smallest budget of any movie we've talked about. Well, except Mad Milo, which
just they use so much of it. They must have really thought they were gonna fucking kill it or something.
Well, I think it probably looked better. Like when you're a director and you're watching the dailies, they're watching them on a monitor, like.
Yeah, if it was dark, it would look awesome.
And yeah, and if before HD, I think that's probably the main difference. If we're watching this in HD, back in the day there was no HD.
Also,
So in standard def, this would look a lot better.
that's what I was gonna say. Keep in mind, probably still very much a lot of CRTV happening, or CRT TVs happening. Which when you fuzz that up a little bit,
Yeah, different.
it's gonna look amazing.
Yeah, different time and place. I think that's an aspect of just the movie age, new technology, shit, which you can't predict.
No, of course not.
The movie, like the action scenes and even a little bit of the CG fight scenes,
The CG is bad. That's probably the main flaw of this movie. Like when Frost gets cut in half and the blood reconnects his body. I'm like, that looks like shit. It looks like N64 graphics. Which N64 was owned at that time, so
That and the bubbling vampires are kind of the worst offenders. Aside from that, it's
They actually did practical effects for the beginning of
Little
what
bits.
you first see. Yeah, it's actually a practical effect, and then
it blows up.
then it goes.
Yeah, you can see it. Like you can see the outline that they used with practical effects, and then it switches to the CGI to expand and go boom, and it's
Also, it probably would cost way more to have an actual practical effect of boom.
oh for sure, and just to try and cut people in half and bring them back together and stuff. I get it.
anyway, so Blame killed some vampires. We're still in like the first 5 minutes. Yeah, so we meet Karen after that. She is a hematologist, which is notable, obviously, because that means she studies blood. Hence how she develops that weapon for him later. So, yeah, we meet her, and she's important because she's going to become the main love interest. And also, she is infected by a vampire. So that puts a ticking clock on the movie where we need to solve this problem before she turns.
So yeah, Whistler gives her 2 days pretty much before she's gonna turn, and Blade's supposed to watch her, and if she turns, kill her because they're vampires.
Well, he also tells her, he's like, take this shotgun. He's like, if you start to turn, I suggest you use it on yourself.
So he says buy a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He doesn't offer because they're not gonna use their own animal. No, he said that's my gun. That's my gun.
Whistler is Blade's kind of sidekick buddy.
Yeah.
He makes his sweet weapons. And
Yeah.
he clued in that Blade wasn't like the other vampires. Because he was going to kill him and then didn't. And then became kind of like a surrogate father for him.
Whistler is also his backstory is a drifter came to his house to do this. They killed his family and made him choose who goes first.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, he does tell that story in the middle.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He tells that story to the girl. And then we gotta talk about Frost, I guess. Frost.
Hell yeah!
Deacon Frost, which I love that his first name is Deacon, because he suggests that he's holy in some way, even though he's obviously very unholy. I'm sure they chose that on purpose.
Yep.
It is also Deacon Frost. How cool is that name? Frost.
Well, he's the priest of coldness. Essentially is what that name is, right?
Yeah, I guess that works. Hey, perfect name.
Yeah, that is a really cool name. Cold Priest.
Yeah. So, So, I mean, anyway, those are the main characters we have to, like, introduce. We've got our 4 main characters now. Yeah. Probably the next thing we gotta jump to is, what's her name getting bitten? So, yeah, Donal Logue goes to the morgue.
Blade burns him at the blood ray.
Which, again, that is sassy. He's so sassy. I love it. The little flick of the lighter, he's like, I don't know, man.
So what was happening is they've been tracking Frost for a long ass time, and Quinn is Frost's right-hand man, is the one that's causing all the fucking mayhem in New York.
So he wants to follow him.
Frost is the big bad.
Yeah.
And Frost is the one, like, out of all the vampires that isn't pure blood and trying to get everything else going.
So, Blade shows up. Buddy wakes up on the morgue table, bites her. Like, it's really cool how they figure it all in. Like, I like the familiars.
The comics,
Like, I love the familiars.
Me too.
And I can't remember. Oh yeah, she uses the garlic spray on him.
Yes.
And he's like, what the fuck? So anyway, I mean, that starts the plot. The plot has started moving now, and Frost is established here as sort of the young upstart.
Yes.
There's a vampire council,
As there is.
Yeah.
and they are like the old vampires. He's the new vampire who's like, fuck this, all this shit.
Yeah.
See,
They want to coexist with the world. Frost just wants to rule the world.
but this is
What a flawed plan.
you also notice this. Anyone who's, especially if you have seen the film Daybreaker, right? That the end result of this plan is there's no food.
Breakers, yeah.
So
Everyone's a vampire. Who are you eating?
yeah, if everyone's a vampire, yeah, you gotta start eating each other. then it'll work. Then it's cannibalism, and that's not great.
Then we're right back to the way things are now.
Yeah, that's it. It's just not a great end plan. It sounds good on paper,
Yeah.
but it's one of those plans that the more you think about it, you're like,
This is where you can see the age. Deacon Frost is just a young baby vampire. He's like, I want everybody to be vampires. Yeah. His parents are like,
honestly,
kids.
I think we're supposed to be like, whoa, Frost is so bad.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the council's right.
Yes.
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, dummy.
Yeah, they're like, Frost, this plan is really stupid.
We're not doing that.
You just don't understand because you're not sweet like me.
I'm just so tortured.
Yeah. Also, all the council are purebloods, and he was bitten. Like Karen makes the thing as like, oh, you had a scar. I can still cure you.
Yes. That they view him as he's not a species like a purebred vampires. He's more of like a virus or
Thing that is happening in this movie that is sort of under the surface throughout. There's like an under the surface thing that is happening, a theme throughout this movie about racism and eugenics and purity and all this stuff. Like very, very specifically when Stephen Dorff's Frost kills Udo Kier. I don't remember what his character's name is.
Yeah.
But he's one of the Vampire Council dudes.
Yeah, right at the end he ices him or whatever.
He pulls his teeth out before he kills him to kind of be like to make him less of a vampire. And I think it's a punishment thing because the Vampire Council has been looking down on him because he's not a pureblood.
And if he removes their
That's an extra insult to injury thing. Like who's not a vampire now, motherfucker?
Exactly.
And where he uses the term Uncle Tom at one point.
Yeah, that's great.
It's interesting how it figures into the vampires too. Frost and the Vampire Council, who are really doing the sort of eugenics or like pure blood or whatever thing.
Mercury, Deacon Frost's girlfriend, she's applying sunscreen to him before that scene where they take him.
Yeah.
I was like, where are they getting that strong a sunscreen? Like the vampires are 3,000.
Well, and that's again. We've mentioned Buffy a couple times. That's another one of the cool things that I like that they're doing in these movies. They're really playing with the vampire mythology. Yeah. If SPF blocks sun rays, then could SPF help block their faces?
Roger the rays. You're right. I think that's such a cool idea of finding ways to get around.
Because vampires are an old idea, and it's like now technology is whatever, and they're doing the same thing with the ultraviolet light when they're burning that suit. Yeah. And it's like, well, if this makes ultraviolet light, and
That's what kills them.
thing should do that thing.
I
right?
love when they fuck around with the old mythology of these things, the old lore of the.
Well, we were talking about Abigail a little bit last week, and I think that was another movie that does a lot of like that fun thing. It also reminds me from Dusk Till Dawn, where they're kind of discussing like,
Is this real vampire?
yeah,
They're a vampire.
all we know is that we've seen vampire movies. Really,
We're actually working.
is this actually doing anything?
Yeah, I love that shit. I think that's fun.
It's fun. I totally agree. I love characters who have seen the thing.
Yes.
Talking about the thing while the thing is happening. Like Scream is another great example.
Exactly. Nothing bothers me more than watching a zombie movie where people don't know what zombies are when zombies have been around. For like we've all seen a fucking zombie movie. Give me a break.
It's another walker. It's another geet crawler.
I like Shaun of the Dead to the best like adaptation. Like what happens if like they know what zombies are.
Yeah, me too. I love that movie for that reason. I mean, amongst others. But anyway, him future pick.
Deacon Frost confronts Blade in the street. Hey, let's be on the same side. We'll have a truce, and we can all have this be over. And Blade. So Karen and Whistler are in the hideout, the vampire killer HQ, and Deacon Frost and his cronies come in and fuck shit up.
Yeah. But because you mentioned the fucking sort of face-off on the streets there, between Frost and Blade, that's another fucking great line that I wrote down. It's like, he's like, I think this is the context. He's like, you've been seeking me out? I'm flattered. Yeah. And then Blade's like, it'll pass.
That's a
cold hard line.
man. Then he said,
Just spits them out.
The lines is this movie, man. My God. Anyway, yes, Brady, continue.
Oh, sorry. After that, he throws the girl that Deacon Frost has kidnapped into a bus,
And Blade there escapes.
He saves her. And then now we're at the where Whistler and Karen are doing stuff in there, and then Deacon Frost's people come and fuck shit up.
Day up, yeah.
Yeah, and they pretty much leave Whistler for dead. Yeah, bitten, but we don't know that for a fact.
Excuse me. Notably, Frost says, "Do your thing" to Quinn. Do your thing, cuz. But yeah, he says, "Do your thing," and it's left unclear what his thing is, and he takes Whistler's arm. Because Blade keeps cutting his fucking arms off. Throughout this movie, it's a running gag.
Yeah.
Okay, the armless guy.
Also, I don't want to jump ahead. I have to do it because when Deacon Frost has Blade's sword and he says to Quinn, "Put your arm out," and it looks like he's gonna chop his arm. I was like, "Don't fucking chop my arm off! Just screw these back."
I love that he's like, "Just kidding."
Yeah, just kidding.
That's a funny, yeah, because he makes him put his arm out, and he's like, "No, not again." He's like, "Just kidding."
Pats him a little bit.
You can tell Frost and Quinn are actually friends. Like they were probably friends before they became vampires.
Well, and like they have a very what do you call it? They have like a camaraderie, despite the fact that Quinn is obviously subservient to Frost. He's the only character that feels like he's actually Frost's friend. I mean, also like they would hang out and watch horror movies in the United States.
Yeah, grow arms back together.
Yeah.
Also, like when Frost is after Blade and Karen go to see Pearl, which is the really fat vampire.
Which I'm glad you brought that up because we got to talk about that.
That's awesome. I forgot about that.
It's a lot of fun. Well, I mentioned the ultraviolet thing.
Yeah,
I forgot about that for a second.
But that's a fun scene.
I like that.
Especially because it was like,
And just burning him down is fucking.
well, I love that he's this big fat bastard, but his voice is like,
Also, how did a vampire get that fat? Was he fat before he became a vampire? Or
all the blood.
I think he's meant to be like a symbolism of gluttony.
that makes sense.
Because he's huge.
Yeah.
In real life, that guy would be like 800 to 1,000 pounds. Like he's massive.
Gluttonous vampire. Yeah. I fucking love that when he burns him down with the fucking UV flashlight thing.
That's a really fun torture scene because it's like for that vampire, obviously it's horrific, but it's a real LOL moment for the audience. So you don't feel sorry for that guy, you know.
One of the funniest things from that scene is when Blade says to Karen, because she has the UV lantern, it's like, if he moves, kill. And then he like walks away to like the safe. She's like, "Oh yeah, he moved." Just fucking burn his ass.
Because he's like kind of like twitching out, and then she's like, "He moved."
Yeah.
You moved.
This Blade's reaction too is like, "No, Blair, it's another vampire."
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
One less thing to worry about, as they say. But yeah, that takes us to basically the climax of the movie. Before we get there, we have to talk about what happened to Whistler. So yeah, Whistler had his arm chopped off, was presumably bitten. He asks Blade to give me the gun.
Yeah.
And it's left unclear. He walks away, and presumably Whistler shot him.
I thought you hear the shot.
You don't hear a shot. It's the gun hitting the ground because you see it because Blade's walking away and he's too feeble
to shoot himself.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, because that figures into the... And they can't believe they did it again in the third one. Well, the Whistler's dead. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah, fuck's sakes, yeah.
I'm like, come on. In the third movie, he sacrificed himself. I'm like, this guy's already died like twice.
One more time.
Yeah, like, come on, man, with this shit. Anyway, yeah. Whistler's dead. He's the bad, he's like, I was really sad watching the Moon Whistler died. So like, no, speaking of From Dusk Till Dawn, it's like when Sex Machine and
just characters you really like.
Yeah, Frost, yeah, was the character.
Yeah.
When they die, you're like, damn it, those guys were fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like he's gone too soon. He doesn't get a lot of screen time. Or it seemed like that, but...
Not enough.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, there's a lot of characters in this movie. There's like 4 or 5 key characters, and he's kind of like...
He's sort of like the background guy.
He's he's the sidekick.
He's the man in the chair, actually. Yeah. Like, he's the one that finds, where these vampire nests are, and he builds the weapons, but Blade's the one that has all the karate skills.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if Blade didn't have the powers, I think he'd still fucking shit.
Yeah, it's still fucking. There's a specific form of karate that.
Because we just keep talking about the quotes from this movie, I swear this one has to be ad-libbed. Donal Logue being like, "Oh no, think I'll ever play piano again?" Because he lost both of his arms, and he's got 2 new arms.
Yeah.
Also, when he takes that glove off, his fingers are like really like
Super.
yeah,
Brand new looking. Yeah.
Like, they were very plain too, like almost witch figures. Like, ew, that's fucking gross.
yeah. Where? Because like he's got. There's one arm he took from Wesley. Who did he take the other one from?
Blade took 2 of them, and then
That's what I'm saying. But where he got 2 arms back,
he grew them. They grew back. They grew back because
Well,
he said vampires to regenerate.
but he took Whistler's arm.
No, he didn't take Whistler's arm.
He cut it off. I don't think he at any point. Like,
No, no Whistler bites both arms.
That was just an assumption.
no. I think he grows them back. I think
No,
it says
he bites Whistler,
yeah.
which goes into the sequel.
Pretty sure when it goes back to them in their sort of that last set scene of the movie when they're in that temple area, I'm pretty sure he comes out and says something about growing his arms back.
I always assumed that he took the arms. I assumed he took one from Whistler and one from someone else. I don't think so.
They say that vampires are regenerated. Yeah.
Another awesome thing is Abigail, where they chop her arm off and you can literally see the bone growing back out.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, it's the same thing they do in this.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, if they could have had more detail in it, would have been.
So I don't think they had the budget to show bone regrowth. Not at all. They do kind of when the second time Quinn gets his arm chopped off. After he gets his face smushed against the subway.
The train.
The train. Yeah.
That's a good one.
And also that scene is
Fucking honest to this movie, man. I love a character who just gets increasingly more and more fucked up over the course of the movie. Yeah, that's a really fun horror thing that often happens. It's like it's like how much more fucked up can this guy get?
How much more punishment does he need?
That's the perfect moment to get us to the end because at this point Whistler is presumed dead. Karen has been kidnapped, and Blade has to go after Frost to presumably fight him and get back into whatever, right? And I what I love so much about that scene is there's so much build up for the final showdown between Quinn and Blade. Yeah. And then he just...
The revenge arc, and it's just...
he just pulls that thing out of his belt and turns and just and completely just cuts him in half in one move.
Just doesn't even factor into Blade's plans. He's just nothing and annoying.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like, it feels like they've been setting it up the whole movie.
Yeah.
He's like, I cut my arm. I got 2 new arms, Blade. Yeah. I was what to use to kill you with.
Yeah.
And then he just runs out and Blade just like
dead. Yeah.
Dead.
Also, Quinn also was like says to Deacon Frost like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the one that kills Blade."
Right.
Because
that's what I mean. The kiss. Yeah. It's a big. I think it's such a funny punchline because it feels like they're setting him up.
Feels like a rivalry. Yeah.
Yeah. To be like. In most action movies, there's the henchman guy who the hero has to beat.
The second in command before
he has to beat us so he can even get to the final boss. Exactly. Yeah. And he just one-shots him.
Yeah, it's just
fucking awesome, man. I love it.
It is, sir.
We're also skipping over that Blade's mom is...
Honestly,
there's weird sexual tension.
There is a lot of weird sexual tension.
I think it's the vampire thing they were trying to do because he's not technically... He doesn't
think it's an axe.
You don't think so?
No, I think they're very much doing the Lestat thing from Into Good the Vampire and Spike from Buffy.
Of course, the matronly...
Yeah, except that he becomes a vampire and now she's kind of like horny for her own kid. That's what they're doing.
It is,
and it's like I said, I've seen it 2 other times, so I know it's a thing.
Super weird.
It is super weird. But the thing with vampires is like everything's always like sexual or it has to be sexy. So when Blade's tied to the wall shirtless, and she comes up and she's touching him.
Yeah, it's weird shit.
Oh, she like puts her nose up his lips.
She's like caressing.
She is. Yeah, it's like fucking basically right then and there.
Anyway, he kills her. Good. Thanks. Thanks, Blade. Now I don't have to think about this anymore. Thank you, Blade. I really appreciate it. But yeah, this is basically the setup. So Frost's plan to become the Blood God or whatever.
Blood God.
Yeah. That's from that dude Pearl, the
Pearl, yeah. It's the lay Madra.
the something.
It's the Ultra Sea. Yeah. It's what Deacon's been trying to get find, because he's the only one that's been going through the archives trying to find the Blood God, and the Pure Bloods don't want him to do that for some reason. Because they don't...
Well, because they have their established order, and they don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah. Also, he has a bunch of nightclubs, and they don't like being known by people.
Hey, parties.
So again, very much the Lestat thing. Stop telling the humans about our like secret vampire.
You can be a vampire. Quit telling people.
Sorry, to go back to... it's all... what we do in the shadows.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire. Why is there a vampire under their basement?
Yeah. So well, that's been going on while Blade and his mother are fucking and fighting. Frost is starting to act out his plan to bring.
Right, that's where we're.
So it's got the elders kind of all established around.
Well,
the
that's because that was you see when Blade and Karen are going through Pearl's shit on the computer, they see like this sort of like rudimentary computer program that lines up a bunch of like symbols in a circle.
Yeah.
It's
And it's the vampire council members.
yeah. Well, they all the glyphs they have on like the Finlair's necks go back to other.
Yeah, it sounds like his plan is like he's gonna sacrifice the elder vampires.
And by doing that, he will make himself. He stands in the center while they all get killed.
Yeah.
And he feeds on Blade's blood, and that will make him into the blood god or whatever. So they've captured Blade at this point. Yeah. And they're bleeding him. His blood is running through these like runes or whatever.
They've got like ways for his blood to fill up the runes.
Trip down. Wrap is carved into walls. His blood's running. It doesn't even matter.
They go political.
They want. It's basically just a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly. It doesn't.
It's like
yeah.
a bunch of his blood is running down the wall, and if it runs in this certain way, this thing happens or whatever.
That's our main ability. It becomes.
Yeah.
They say that like because the Daywalker was a prophecy, it wasn't actually like it wasn't meant to be, but it was a prophecy. And also they built the ruins that they're in for that with like the weird thing with the zombie vampire. Which if you leave a vampire starve too long, it becomes a zombie.
Also, if it didn't receive any blood from its maker,
A thrall.
yeah, you become like a weird fucking zombie. Again, cool vampire lore shit in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the setup for all the vampire council members are dead. Karen saves Blade and tells him to have some of her blood to regain his strength so he can kill Frost. Yeah. And Blade takes some of her blood and doesn't kill her, showing that he still has the composure to do that. He's to take blood from a living person and not kill them.
Also, Blade can't transform a person into a vampire because he's he's a Daywalker.
Yeah.
Like he has all the cool things of the vampires. He has their weaknesses. Like being able to turn someone into a vampire, which is a parasite or sex STD.
So yeah, Karen is free Blade. Blade goes to finally fight Frost. Before he does, he has to fuck all of Frost's goons up, man.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite.
I'm gonna say maybe the best.
This is the best. This is the best. Sorry, this is what the movie's about.
So Karen makes a serum using anticoagulants.
I'm glad you brought that, and as it is important.
And Blade puts them into a pouch after she gets kidnapped, and Deacon Frost throws them. Like, oh, you can't have your serum anymore because
he thinks it's the serum. Yeah, that's actually the weapon that she has developed.
Yeah, and like they get stuck in like a weird crevice.
I've been to a few crevices myself. Anyway, continue.
And like all the guys, as you guys were saying it before I interjected, and now you guys go back.
No, for sure. Like I mentioned earlier, that she's a hematologist and she made this weapon, but it's important for important for the ending that thing exists. So I'm glad you brought it back up. Yeah, so he matrix ices every motherfucker. Oh, he's beating the. I love, as you alluded to, Kyle.
Yeah, it's the fucking best. And then he just goes him going off on people. There's one funny fight scene where he's doing like a roundhouse kickoff with them.
Somebody already doing that. My favorite is that the dude I'm not sure if this is the guy you're talking about, but the guy who's on the ground, who he keeps kicking, and then he kicks him across the
Or not, but that is also funny because I think that's where he goes. He lets out a rebel yell for no reason. He just goes, yeah.
That one sells. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like he kills all of Frost's underlings basically.
Yeah. Did you notice like some of them turn to ash and some of them don't because a lot of them are familiar and like they're not gonna spare a lot of vampires. They're saying, "Oh, yeah, Blade's just gonna fuck these guys."
I appreciate the attention to lore that the guys whose nets he's breaking and he's just tossing aside, those are familiars. Whereas the guys he's actually dusting are vampires.
Yeah, like he doesn't use his sword a lot in the movie. Well, at least in this movie, but you're right.
He's actually underutilized.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot a lot of people. Like he shoots at quite a few people, but like he's more trying like because they have a code of like we don't kill, we just maim, just like Batman does, like Batman. Unless you're a vampire, like Batman. But yeah, it all goes back to the comics and stuff
For sure.
But yeah, no, like, but he'll snap a neck. Oh, yeah, that's a snap a neck and cash a check.
Yeah, man.
I'll change.
Absolutely. I like that.
Get paid, baby.
Yeah.
Get paid, get laid, Gatorade.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes, motherfuckers.
And then we're basically down to just a showdown with...
Yeah. So Blade versus Frost at this point. We need to... Did you guys watch that scene I sent you?
Yeah, I seen it before you showed it to me.
Okay. Because that is... We need to at least briefly talk about the original plan for the ending of this movie is, he's meant to... He even says something about, like, when the blood god comes, it'll be like a hurricane.
Right.
Or something. And yes, the original version of the end of this movie is Blade fighting a blood tornado.
Yeah.
And Frost...
CGI blood.
And every once in a while, Frost just appears out of the blood tornado. There's like... Hey, it's me. Remember me, Frost? I'm in the blood tornado now.
And it was so bad.
I watched a totally different alternative.
Oh, it's so
where Morbius come. Like, I haven't seen that one. No, the one I watched back on the DVD track that I have at home. That's
dude, you got to see it. It's one of the worst things you'll ever see. It's just it's a CG blood tornado. And every once in a while, Stephen Dorff appears, and he's like,
you know, when Frost gets cut in half and he's attaching, you know, the CGI for the blood that they use there?
Yeah.
It's so fucking bad. It's that.
And it's just him. And every once in a while, it's just Stephen Dorff pops out, and he's like, hey, Blade, look at me. I got blood powers. I'm amazing. It's I want to see that movie. It is one of the worst. I'm so glad they cut it. They must have. Someone saw that.
That's another fucking chance.
No.
It's probably Snipes.
I don't know who it was.
It was Snipes.
I'm so happy that somebody saw that and was like, no.
Fucking wait.
This is not it. You know what we should do instead is have...
Maybe our actors should fight.
Well, yeah, Blade and Blade and Frost can have a sword fight.
Yeah.
Because, as you guys have said, the sword is underutilized in this movie.
Yeah.
So you give them a sword fight.
Fuck
yeah, that's the end.
Oh, yeah, it is.
no. What I'm talking about. Well, you said altered ending. The ending I'm talking about.
Actually,
there's a guy on a rooftop when Karen and Blade are standing on the
rooftop.
Morbius, who's one of Blade's allies, also rival.
Again, someone who's on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah, and he's standing there with his trench coat, and
it's more.
He just yes, it is more. They look at him as like, who's that? And then the movie ends.
Oh.
And then he was like, this is Lesbius. I wanted Morbius. Anyway. Yeah, the big amazing fight happens. Blade cuts Frost in half, and he badly comes back together in CG.
He looks like Silly Putty. Oh, it's a really bad Silly Putty.
It's bad CG. Yeah. But very coolly, he gets... Something happens in the fucking... Does he do something to make those things fold?
Yeah, he chucks his sword up there. He chucks his sword kind of at Frost, but also up the shit. Frost is like, oh, you missed. Down, that's how they finish the fight. He knocks down his own perch with those anticoagulants in it, and then he's whipping them like fucking shurikens at Frost.
Yeah.
Anime core. The last one he throws in the air and then fucking does a sunny kick, kicks it into his face.
Yeah.
And he gets his sweet fucking line.
And then we get the...
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Is that when that comes in? Yeah. Last line, that's fucking hardcore. Yeah, then we get the exploding Frost. He pulls up and goes kaboom.
Yeah.
All got done.
Fuck, that's a great line.
Sorry, the one spot Blade doesn't throw the coagulant in is his like right leg, and it's the only one that like it's still like Frost's leg, but everything else.
Well, that's
like his forehead, his chest.
Yeah, you're real. That's cool. That's a cool attention to detail. I didn't notice.
No, it's actually really funny. I didn't notice that until I just watched the movie today.
Anyway, yeah, so that's basically the end of the movie. We get the stinger, the next time baby scene, basically, where he's in Russia and he's like, had you had a bad time?
Yeah.
Call Murad.
Yeah.
And that's basically supposed to be like,
Cue techno music.
don't worry, Blade's gonna kill some more vampires in the next movie.
We'll see Blade return in Avengers Doomsday.
Yes. Anyway, that basically wraps us up for Blade. Final thoughts. I'll go first. This is just a fun ass time, man. Like, I think there's two different versions of watching this movie. One is like you're a 90s kid. One is whatever else if you're not a 90s kid. But like if you were a 90s kid or even an 80s kid, this is a different experience from watching this for somebody like from like if my kids watch this today.
Right.
Different. They're way different.
It's gonna be completely different.
They're not gonna just absorb the cheese and have as much of a fun time with cheese event. So I think there's two different ways to watch this movie, and it really depends on your age. Anyway, I love this movie. I think it's a great time. And again, another like a 3 to 3.5 star kind of movie. It's not a great movie. It's just a lot of fun.
Just fun.
Yeah, it's a fucking blast to watch. It's so fun. There's some cheese, but that's part of its charm.
Part of it.
That's part of its charm. Yeah.
This era too had a lot of cheese, and cheese made like everything
Very
more fun.
campy. Yeah, probably the term we want here.
Yeah.
Super campy. Like a lot, as we've mentioned, a lot of very sassy lines. And anyway, everybody's, particularly Stephen Dorff, Wesley Snipes, and Donal Logue, are having a great fucking time. And we're having a great time with them. Fuck yeah, I think. And that's about all I gotta say about it. It's a great, really fun movie.
Yeah. Before we finish final thoughts, Mark Wahlberg was supposed to be Deacon Frost.
So glad you brought that up, man. Yeah.
He's the Daywalker, bro. Hey, Blake, long time no see. How you doing, buddy? I'm getting up. We found a man, boss.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
We gonna summon the blood god days?
Hey, Blade, you think you're the Daywalker? Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. Maybe go fuck yourself.
If only.
Oh, man. Different. Fuck me, man. Different. That movie would have sucked. Like,
Marky Mark and LL Cool J go at it.
They wanted like Denzel Washington after they couldn't get LL Cool J, and then Wesley Snipes was the third pick.
LOL, thinking you're getting a Denzel Washington.
Also, what would he even do in this movie? You need a guy like Snipes. You need
speed.
You need a guy that can deliver a one-liner like his life.
I'm sure Denzel read this and he would just threw it in the fucking fire.
Plus Snipes, he's in a fucking great shape at this
He's like,
point in his
motherfucker,
career.
I was in Malcolm X, Glory, Philadelphia.
Also, was John Q at the time, or was that after?
That's after.
That was after. Okay.
But he's like, motherfucker, I am a serious actor.
Yes, I'm a...
Anyway, yeah, fun movie. Mr. Mickelberg, I leave Brave. I leave you last, Brady.
Like you said, Mike, it's just a good fucking time. Watching Snipes do his thing, the action, I love it. The fight scenes are great. Techno music in the background for it. What's not to like? It's a maybe thin movie, but it's a fun movie. Yeah, it's really where I wouldn't have interest. That's all it needs to be. It's just fun and awesome. It is fun. Yeah, I was happy to watch it again.
I wouldn't class it in the same realm as From Dusk Till Dawn. But no, it's one of those movies where it's like you can watch it and still like if you don't know what's going on, you can still have fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a 90s vampire movie. It's like the difference, Tarantino wrote that David Goyer is a good, like he can be a good writer. Some of them are hits, some of them
Because some heavy ones, yeah.
But this is a different time. This is before superhero movies were a thing. So he's basically laying the blueprint.
Yeah,
so yeah, the movie's flawed.
Yeah.
But they're basically drawing the blueprint for what we're gonna do with these kind of movies.
Well, and to that point, who's the audience? At this point, who do they think they're making?
That's something you guys.
Yeah, you gotta sell this. Yeah, are they making a horror action movie for kids? Of course not, because there's tons of blood and.
Yeah, it's 18.
Are they making it for adults? It's pretty fun.
This movie was definitely like an old comic head.
Yep.
Like you have to like horror movies, and you have like comic. Like this. I seen the trailer. Oh yeah, it's a guy that kills vampires.
That's how I see it.
I know this movie did a lot better on VHS than it did in theaters.
Yeah.
But like Blade started a whole genre of craze of like vampire hunters.
Well, and superhero stuff. Yeah, he is essentially a superhero.
Like Marvel did do a bunch of like really shitty superhero movies because they didn't know who their audience was.
That's what I mean. Is
Yeah, it started the whole superhero craze.
Mr. Brady Silger, what do we got for final thoughts?
Being a daywalker myself, Blade's one of my favorite superheroes of all time because he's the misfit. He's the one that people like. He's the outcast. Yes, that's the best way of saying it. Like,
He's very much a Punisher and Ghost Rider type character.
Yeah,
like the guy who's not part of the team and acts outside of the
yeah,
system.
He's in his own world. He has a crew of people he works with, but like it's a totally different thing than like the Avengers, where
right.
You don't call on Blade. Blade just fucks shit up.
Yeah.
And that's why I love.
Wait, you can't tell Blade what to do.
Yeah, nobody tells Blade what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
So when Blade Trinity came out, I was still young enough to appreciate it, but also I was old enough to see Blade in the theaters.
Yeah. But since you brought it up, Mr. Brady Silger, it's my pick next, and yeah, I'm pulling a page from the Kyle Nickelborough playbook here. So, Kyle, you've mentioned in the past how sometimes your choices are a reflection of the movies that have come before.
Yes.
While I was watching Apostle, I was really thinking about The Guest.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about Dan Stevens and The Guest.
Hell yeah.
I was like, man, I just want to watch The Guest again.
I'll take more Dan Stevens.
The Guest. What a great fucking movie. Again, this is one of those ones where people will probably debate whether it's really a horror movie. But let me tell you, it's a slasher villain killing people on Halloween at the end. So, yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's horror. Yeah. We've twisted the rules. We're not twisting much for that one.
Yeah. Hey, it's our podcast. We can do the fuck we want when we want. That's right. If you don't like it, you can eat a dick.
We are completely beholden to our sponsors.
Anyway, so until next week, when Dan Stevens returns for The Guest, we will see you in 7 days. And until then,
Keep your eyes open.
and we're out.